The 1993 Honda Civic SIR2 with the EG platform stands as a testament to Honda's engineering prowess and dedication to performance. As a part of the fifth-generation Civic lineup, this model is particularly revered among enthusiasts for its exceptional blend of performance, reliability, and iconic styling. The SIR2 variant, with its high-revving engine and advanced features, epitomizes the spirit of the early 90s Japanese sports compact cars. The Honda Civic series has long been celebrated for its practicality, fuel efficiency, and reliability. However, the introduction of the SIR2 variants, Honda demonstrated that the Civic could also be a serious performance contender. The fifth generation Civic, designated as the EG series, was produced from 1991 to 1995 and introduced significant advancements in both design and technology. The Civic SIR2, positioned at the top of the EG lineup, was designed to appeal to driving enthusiasts who desired more than just a commuter car. It combined the Civic's everyday practicality with performance elements that made it a thrill to drive. At the core of the 93 SIR2 is the legendary B16A engine. This 1.6-liter dual overhead cam VTEC inline four-cylinder engine was a marvel of engineering, producing around 170 horsepower at an astonishing 7,800 RPM. The B16 was renowned for its high revving nature and impressive power output for its displacement. The VTEC system allowed for a broad power band, delivering both efficiency at lower RPMs and exhilarating performance at higher RPMs. The engine was paired with a close ratio 5-speed manual transmission, enhancing the driving experience by providing precise and engaging gear changes. The SIR2 also featured a lightweight chassis with extensive use of high-strength steel, resulting in a curb weight of just around 2,400 pounds. This, combined with the power and lightness, made the Civic SIR2 an agile and responsive performer on the streets and on the track. The design of the Civic reflects the sleek and aerodynamic styling of the early 90s. Its low-slung profile, smooth lines, and functional aerodynamics not only contributed to its sporty appearance, but also improved its performance characteristics. The car was available in both hatchback and coupe forms, with the hatchback being particularly popular among enthusiasts. Inside the SIR2 featured a driver-focused cockpit with supportive seats, a sporty steering wheel, and a well-laid-out dashboard. Honda paid attention to details, ensuring that the interior, while practical, also featured a sense of occasion appropriate for a performance-oriented model. Standard features included power windows, power mirrors, and a high-quality audio system, making the SIR2 pretty well equipped for its time. The EG Civic quickly gained a reputation in the motorsports world, particularly in grassroots racing and amateur competitions. The balance of power, lightweight, and reliability made it a popular choice for autocross, road racing, and even drag racing. The B16A engine, with its tunable nature, became a favorite among tuners and modifiers who found it easy to extract additional performance through aftermarket upgrades. The SIR2's success on track translated into a strong following among car enthusiasts. It became a symbol of the tuner culture that emerged in the 90s, with countless Civics being modified and personalized to reflect their owners' tastes. The car's versatility, from daily driving to competitive racing, cemented it in the status as an icon in the compact performance segment. The 1993 Honda Civic SIR2 EG left a lasting legacy that continues to influence the automotive world. It showcased Honda's ability to create a compact car that was not only practical and reliable, but also genuinely fun to drive. The SIR2's performance credentials and tuning potential have made it a timeless favorite, with well-maintained examples being highly sought after in the used car market. In the broader context, the SIR2 helped to establish the Civic as a performance brand within Honda's lineup, paving the way for future performance models like the Civic Type R. Its impact on car culture, particularly in the realm of tuning and motorsports, remains significant to this day. If you've made it this far, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future content. But let's go ahead and bring this over to Tokyo and see how it handles our lap. The Civic SIR2 is a lightweight front-wheel drive car that was a terrific starting platform for many young drivers. Its ease of use and flexibility in mods made it a perfect gateway drug to get you into racing. Fully built with the medium turbo, the Civic ends up with 340 horsepower and 183 foot-pounds of torque using its original motor. This is very impressive for a car that weighs only 1,933 pounds. The lightweight nature of the Civic makes it a very agile car to throw through the corners, and the front-wheel drive drivetrain makes it the perfect car for newer drivers. The car is extremely forgiving. It will push through the corners if you aren't mindful of overwhelming the front tires, but it slows pretty quickly if you do enter the corner a little bit too hot. The thing to remember with a front-wheel drive vehicle is the front wheels are doing all of the work. With that in mind, you want to keep what they're doing as separated as possible, and that means accelerating, braking, and steering should be broken into different parts of the corner whenever possible. The tire wear on the Civic further shows this effect, with 15% of the wear going to the front tires, where the rear tires, which are just along for the ride, are only seeing about 1% wear. The fuel ran us around 6 laps, which seems to be pretty average for most of the cars in the game. The front-wheel drive option also makes the car a little bit more forgiving in situations with rain, where you might have missed your opportune lap in swapping to a rain set of tires, because the car doesn't really get as much speed under its belt with those front wheels giving you the power and the steering. With this engine, the Civic crossed the line at 2 minutes 8 seconds .543, which ended up just behind the 89 M3 and just in front of the Sierra RS 500. Let's go ahead and see how it handles the Integra Type R engine swap. Today's Honda engine swaps are all about the K-Series motor, but back in the late 90s and early 2000s, swapping in the Integra Type R B18 was the thing to do. It's also worth noting that we already have this car available in the game complete with a K-swap engine in the Garage RCR Civic, so K-swapping this car would kind of be redundant. It's also worth noting that that same RCR Civic can be swapped further to accept the 2016 NSX race cars motor now, so you can go pretty extreme with this chassis. The B-swap on the Civic is a bit more modest, maxing out the horsepower at 423 horsepower with a medium turbo. This makes the torque jump to 220 foot-pounds, while the chassis only picks up an additional 5 pounds, hitting the scales at 1,938 pounds. This brings the performance points just barely above 700, so tuning away that fraction of a point is an easy way to make this swapped Civic very competitive in the GT4 races. It ends up putting a little bit more pressure on those front tires, and we saw about 20% wear, whereas the previous car had 15%, but the lazy rear tires are still sitting around 1%, so they're just along for the ride. We saw the same fuel efficiency, more or less, with getting around 6 laps on this setup, so you're really not losing anything. The car is a little bit more delicate in the rain with that additional power, and it's a little bit more temperamental if you are getting on it aggressively in the corners. But it's just a scale. It's not something that's breaking the car with this swap, so it's actually nice to see. We ended up crossing the line at 2 minutes 4 seconds, 0.979. That puts it just behind the RCR Civic and just in front of the Tesla Model 3, but it'll get 3 times the laps of the Model 3 and twice the distance of the RCR Civic. So not a bad spot. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.